Good morning, YouTube! Is it still relevant in 2025? It has been relevant in about 25 years. The Crosman 760 used to be probably one of the best inexpensive air guns of its time. And very accurate, okay? And very well made. Wood handle for the pump, wooden stock, all metal receiver. You could put a scope on this thing, and a good scope, and get deadly accurate with it, especially with pellets. But with BBs, well, no BB gun has ever been all that accurate, no matter who makes it. Doesn't matter. Even today's BB guns to 100 years ago, 180 years ago, not very accurate, okay? But on the other side of the fence, okay, pellets have always been very accurate shooting, okay, once you found the right pellet for your gun, and that still stands today when you're dealing with pellet rifles and pellet pistols even. You find the right pellet, and that thing will shoot accurately with a lot of good practice from you, too. So, that's just the thing. You gotta learn how to shoot your gun, but you also gotta learn what pellet the barrel prefers. So the tightest group wins, is what it is. Unfortunately, many years ago, Crosman decided, well, we're going to get rid of the rifled barrel because too many customers would whine saying, hey, I've shot BBs through it and pellets, and it just doesn't shoot pellets straight anymore. Like, what's up with this thing, right? And it doesn't take a lot of BBs to destroy the rifling in the barrel. So, yeah, if you shot BBs, your pellet side, well, it sucked, and you were never going to get a good grouping, so accuracy went even with open sights that had windage control. Yeah, you would at one time been fine, but then once you start shooting BBs through that rifle barrel, it would wreck the barrel, and then you got to get a new barrel. And of course, if you self-destruct your own barrel, which Crosman was hoping for, yeah, your warranty doesn't apply. Okay, so you bought a new barrel, and then you had to send it into somebody or find somebody who knew how to take the gun apart and put it back together in one piece and change your barrel, because that's not exactly a fun task to do. It's not easy for the majority of people out there. So this creates other issues, okay? So they got rid of the rifled barrel, figuring, well, we'll still shoot BBs and pellets through it. Pellets won't be as accurate, but they'll still be better than the BBs, but just the level of accuracy is now gone. Then now they've decided, we're still going to make it a BB and pellet shooter. However, we're not going to give you windage control anymore. And that's the thing you'll notice on this thing, is there is no windage control. It's just a clipped on sight with elevation. That is it. You have to sight in a pellet or a BB, okay, which means left and right, to get it to line up. Okay, it's kind of like a laser bore sighter, putting a scope on, right? Even this chintzy little thing. I can throw my bore sighter on here. I can get this aligned dead to the bore, but then I got to adjust this to work with whatever pellet shoots the best tightest group with, which will be absolutely nothing, because this is a smooth bore. You're never going to see good groups out of this thing with pellets. And this is only a couple years old. They now have a version of this in brown stock and brown pump arm to give it a bit of a change up and give it a more kind of woodish look, okay? So, I kind of like the all black thing myself, but they also made another reiteration or version of this gun into what looks like an AR, okay? It's the exact same thing, except it's got a different kind of look to it, okay? Also a piece of crap. Don't buy it. Many people have. People are still buying it today. I was watching a new YouTube channel. These are some teenage girls, and I guess they're shooting just pellet guns. I don't know if they're Canadian or American. I think they're probably American. So they're going to have the actual POW-rated version that would be POW for us. Any air gun in Canada that shoots under 500 feet per second, according to the box, is what we call a non-PAL version. So you don't require a firearm license, in other words. All you need is ID to prove you're 18 and over. You can buy pellets regardless. You have to have ID for pellets, no matter how old you are, apparently. But you do not need a firearm license for any air gun in Canada that shoots under 500. Only air guns that shoot over 500 feet per second do you require valid PAL for. But you do not need a PAL under any circumstances to buy pellets and BBs or other types of like airsoft or paintball, right? So you only need a PAL for buying actual bullets and actual firearms, and PAL rated air guns in Canada are firearms when they shoot over 500, so that you need a firearm license for. So I have both, so I don't worry about it. But thing is, not everybody has their firearm license. So, but these guns, they're garbage. They used to be good, but now they're garbage. That's just the thing about it. I won't recommend them. I can't recommend them. Like, even as a starting gun, I wouldn't recommend it, you know. Now, would I recommend something for a kid to start with? Certainly. A Daisy Red Ryder. Get him a BB gun or her a BB gun. The Daisy Red Ryders, kids tend to love those things. Even my oldest son, I started him shooting into air guns years ago because he's like getting older, kind of like his dad. But he started with a Daisy Red Ryder, and he loved that thing. He put thousands of rounds through that sucker. It would not die. So they're pretty reliable, okay? They're around the same kind of money, okay? Wood stock, wood forearm on them generally, unless you buy the pink version, it's all plastic and costs $10 more. It's kind of stupid. But pink is for girls apparently, and well, I mean, some girls don't like pink guns, but some do, I guess. But either way, they also have an adult version of the Daisy Red Ryder. Now that one I still got to check out. It's about $100. I got to find someone who carries it. But I wouldn't mind having a couple of Red Ryders again, just for, you know, screwing around in the back, well, for me, front yard, with those, because they're kind of fun. I mean, they're not accurate, but they're a BB gun. They're not supposed to be accurate. They're just fun little plinkers, right? Oh, excuse me. But once you learn how the gun is reacting with the BBs, you can get them figured out a little bit. Yeah, with no windage control, how do you line up a pellet even in a smooth bore? It's impossible. Well, isn't that what the scope is for? Yep, but the scope's a piece of crap too. Are you going to spend $100 on a scope or more till you get a scope that can, you know, not have parallax within, you know, 10 yards? You're not going to spend that kind of stupid money. Of course you're not. You're going to put up with what comes with it, and it won't even hold zero. Okay, the scope does not hold zero. You can even buy that scope for $30 separately at a lot of stores in Canada, and it's still a piece of garbage. It's the optics are very bad on it. You know, they're disgusting, and very, very small sight picture on top of that. And of course, there's no clickers on the controls. They're just the springs in there that are high pressure to hopefully keep it from moving, but it does move even with the vibration from that, which is not a ton, but it is enough vibration that it will not hold zero, period. So that's another problem. They give you a scope that's worthless because it won't hold. They give you a gun that you have absolutely no windage control on the open sights. Not everybody likes scopes either, so some people don't even install the scope. They just, you know, use the open sights, but you can't sight in the open sights except for elevation. You have no windage, and there is no right pellet out there that would ever shoot straight out of the smoothbore barrel that you could get away without having to worry about windage. That's another problem, right? I've been into air guns my entire life, okay? I mean, I know air guns, okay, better than most. And I've had more than tons of them because I used to sell them for a living. The only 760s I ever sold were used ones that had rifled barrels. I don't think I sold any with a smooth bore. I may have sold one or two of them, but you know, the thing is they are kind of a neat style of a gun. Yes, they pump up, so no CO2 gas. You're not cocking a crack barrel gun, which is very much impossible for youngsters. I mean, even in the non-PAL stuff, those things are very hard to cock to load one shot. You know what I mean? This you're gonna have to pump for every shot. Now, at least the nice thing is 3 pumps you can fire a BB out of the damn thing, and 5 to 6 pumps you can fire a pellet. Okay, less than that, and the pellet probably won't come out the barrel, or if it does, you can watch it just drop about 20 feet in front of you. So you actually got to pump it up, but they're just not got the best rep either. I've even looked at well, even Cabela's website here for Canada. They have an average of 2.8 out of 5. The highest percentage are 1-star reviews. The stocks have been snapping off when somebody tries to pump it. They can't sight it in. There's no accuracy to it. I mean, there's a lot of horror stories up here just on Cabela's. So that should tip you off that there are reviews up there. Like there's like 3 5-star reviews, there's 5 4-star, but there's only 2 3-star. But so I don't know how they average it up at 2.8, but it's garbage. Anybody who would give this thing a 5-star is definitely not right up here, because that's just crazy. 4-star, still not right upstairs. 3, still not right. Average of 1 or 2, now that's reasonable because it is garbage these days. It has been garbage for many, many years now, okay? That's the thing. And with all due respect, people, I cannot say that this is a viable gun. I think Crosman needs to get rid of it and just abolish it, or they need to bring it back to its former glory, get the rifled barrel put back in there, go back to some better quality materials, you know, to make it a better gun again, a stronger, longer lasting gun. Then I could see paying $100 again, because we used to only have to pay about $100 for something that was quality built at one time, which has now gone to the complete turd ball trash can, okay? So don't buy it, all right? There are better options out there for you that are going to be better for you or better for your kids, and more enjoyment, better accuracy, better durability over the long haul, okay? So that's all. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down below in the comments. If you have any comments on this gun, yeah, give your opinion too. Other than that, that's all we got, so see ya.